My ELO was for accounting with an extra focus in business.
The subject of my ELO was national security and the American intelligence community.
I did an English 12 ELO, but with a focus on American Sign Language.
My favorite would be when we did the controlled burn at the Concord Airport.
I knew I wanted to work with kids, and so getting to have this experience kind of just confirmed that for me.
Extended learning opportunities is an opportunity for students to gain high school credit in a learning environment outside of the school. It's anytime, any place learning where students are working with a community partner, a highly qualified teacher, and myself to put together a plan that's based around students' passions and interests. How an ELO typically will start is a student will come see me. So what are you thinking about?
Fishing game.
Fishing game. They will let me know what it is that they would like to do, their idea. I talk with a highly qualified teacher in a particular area, and the teacher, myself, and the student will create competencies, which is how the student earns high school credit. A competency is basically what a student is going to know and be able to do. From there, I then find a community partner that would match up with the student. We are looking to do some exploration in different career paths as part of his transition plan, and we're looking to get him into some various job shadows.
When I was asked to help a student perform in an extended learning opportunity, I was thrilled to be able to help because someone obviously gave me a chance by being my mentor for my student teaching experience, and I wanted to be able to give back.
The academics and extended learning opportunities are critical. So Josh, today we're going to talk about your progress on your competencies. And the rigor is there. The amount of work that the students have to do is almost beyond what most classrooms would require of the students. But it's all based in the area of interest for the students, so that really keeps them motivated and encouraged to keep going.
Should do and procedures that you should do.
105.5 JYY, New Hampshire's #1 music station. Yep, 8:20 right now.
I talked to Miss Ward about doing an ELO with a DJ, and she said that she could hook me up with Nazi.
Rolling in, as we go through the morning hours, then hopefully the sunshine.
And that's how it all really started.
It's sunny, it snows, who knows? It's not going to ruin this weekend, Maya.
No.
Father's Day.
Of course.
It's happening this weekend. Now, hold on. Our intern here, Fraser. Fraser, jump on Maya's mic right there. What fatherly advice does your dad give you?
I don't know. A lot of payment plans.
Yeah,
money advice.
Money.
Listen, always back from commercials in 2 minutes or less. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis coming up. Can't hold us.
I'm taking this clip that Nazi just recorded. It's a commercial bit. I edit his breaths out, and then I hard limit it. I would press this start button, and I would record this. So.
Actually, Josh, and we've called him DJ Fraser. That's his adopted DJ name. He plays a vital part in the morning show because obviously I'm in the studio with Maya, and we're keeping music going and we're keeping conversation going. Josh is basically the lifeline. He is the backbone and the support.
If you read, you don't get that same experience as if you got hands-on.
Ready? Here we go.
Because if I read something, I mean, I might have some questions, but I can't just ask the book for a question. You know, if I have a question, I can ask Nazi, and he can give me a direct answer.
We meet every week, and it's kind of just nice because we start out by reconnecting after a week of being apart.
And we'll just practice vocabulary, or actually I may talk about something that interesting that has happened in the course of my week if I had an opportunity to meet with a deaf person, or if I learned something that I thought might be helpful for Sarah to know. So he was like, here's the water, and he kind of went under, he went underneath. He probably was scared. Good job, you saved him.
I actually learned a lot of the language because I learn best through discussion and just practice.
I wanted to do an ELO with the elementary school because I really enjoy being with kids. I really liked doing this rather than just doing a class about it, like child development or something.
What all personal narratives need to have.
I've learned that each classroom's different because every teacher is different and all the students are different. And I've learned how to communicate in a appropriate way with the kids and how to communicate differently with children who have different needs.
My dog got to my trampoline and I was very sad. He ate the jumping strap, and then maybe you could read what the rest of the words say to Miss Jasmine, okay? Here you go.
We've been doing my ELO for like 6 months, I think. We meet for 4 hours, or sometimes I want to stay longer.
Remember the little study guide I gave you to research, Miranda? Good.
We did fingerprinting, like the handcuffing. We went over Miranda rights. We did department policies, which was like a thick book like that big.
Now, you saw where I put that, so what color would you use? Start with the small brush, that's right.
I'll make a mess.
Yep, keep doing the push down, good. Pull, there you go. So now, if it was to go to court, you don't have to remember all this out of your head. You would know each and every item that you itemized here and where you pulled them from, so you could testify to that. So how do you
I want to be a police officer, so it helps me understand like what they do and how they do it and how hard it is, or if it's not right for me or right for me. Well, we went to the Merrimack County Sheriff's Office, and dispatch answers the 911 calls. First, you have to do the phonetic code.
Throughout my career now of about 20 years, I have always worked with kids in the community. It's helped me to retrain myself on a lot of things that I sometimes don't get to do in my daily duties. So it keeps me fresh and ready to go as a police officer and also as a sergeant with the many different duties that I have.
There are definitely challenges and difficulties with extended learning opportunities. One of the complications we've had is students balancing their work schedule with their class schedule, with their ELO schedule. This is what we're hoping with next year with a flexible schedule, where if there's a student in the morning who has 2 periods available, we can have them go off and do an ELO in the morning and then be able to come back to school. Having a policy, a set of procedures, knowing what your laws are, so making sure all of your ducks are in a row, very, very important. The Department of Labor, especially for New Hampshire, is very particular as far as what students are able to do and not able to do, especially when it comes to safety concerns. Communication is huge.
So in addition to Nazi showing me his radio business and everything, I sat in and helped him DJ a couple middle school dances. That was really fun, and he had me sit in on actual weddings. I experienced all the topics that he needed to cover for a wedding and how he meets with the people. After a couple weddings, he decided that he wanted to hire me, so I'm a part of Nazi Entertainments now.
There was an 8th grader who wanted to do an ASL ELO, but she's too young and she can't go to Concord and take a class at the Tech like I did. So we decided that I would just meet with her once a week for a month or 2 and just help her learn.
So now I work here at Pittsfield Elementary School as a one-on-one para with a 1st grader. And I love doing this. It is awesome. It's been a great first job experience for me since I graduated. Someday I'd like to further my education to higher my position in the field working with children.
Right, very again.
And then what? Hold on, let's stop and think. Yeah. Good job. All right.
There are 4 components that students are required to fulfill or satisfy when they're doing an extended learning opportunity. There's research and there's reflection. There's a project or a product that they're supposed to complete, and then there's the presentation at the very end.
So now that I'm finishing up my ELO, I'm going to be writing a reflection paper. And in this essay, I have to write absolutely everything, like intro, body paragraph, everything that you've learned through English 11.
I learned a lot in my research about the culture because I had to write a lot of papers.
What are you thinking in terms of like a bigger idea or thesis around this ELO topic?
My essential question was about why children need to have a first language before they're 5 and what happens if they don't get one.
Okay.
Like if a child's not taught ASL or lip reading before they're 5, then they're forever going to be left behind. I went into a lot of research about whether or not lip reading or ASL was the best option and what resources are available to children right now.
Okay, so what were you thinking?
Reading another book.
And comparing it?
Yeah.
I did my ELO on yoga and its philosophies. What was surprising about my ELO was the misconceptions around yoga. It's about doing no harm and about taking responsibility for yourself and living your life that way.
I learned that communication was very important. If you're the MC, you want to have great communication with your DJ. This was my setup. Same computer, just a different and more fancy controller.
I really try to incorporate 21st century skills into the extended learning opportunities. So talking about professionalism, talking about communication, those higher level thinking skills, things like time management and just being able to communicate with your peers as well as your boss.
So I knew I was interested in business, but I'd never thought about accounting because I was not very fond of math. And now it's going to be my career, and I didn't even know if I wanted to do it in the first place. And the only thing after this ELO that I would change is to be able to go back to my freshman year and find this sooner and be more engaged in school than I was before. And I'll know that I'm going to like what I do, and I'll be a step ahead of everyone in my accounting class just because I did this. So it pays off in the end.
My plans are to go to UNH Manchester for sign language interpretation, and I decided that because my ELO kind of cemented the fact that this is what I wanted to do with my life. So graduation is coming up, and I'll go off to college for this soon.
It's a great way that students can stay interested and explore areas that could never be reached inside of the classroom.
And just answer those questions, do I want to do it in my future? Do I really like it enough to go to college for it? And I think it's a great change of the everyday schooling.
I love doing my ELO because you actually get out there and learn about something you love.
I feel it helped him grow as a person. I feel that he was actually able to go out and experience working with other people besides administrators and people here at school.
It's not students needing to do this because they have to, it's always because they want to. So that engagement is always there. The level of excitement is always there.
I know I learn more about something that I want to learn than something that I'm forced to learn. If I go in knowing I want to learn something, I'm going to pay more attention, I'm going to be more attentive, I'm going to focus. You can do an ELO about anything, so it was pretty fun.